Hey, everybody. Back for another Joe Zone. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Seems as though everybody here is doing okay. We were just kind of chatting amongst ourselves about fines and deals and everything else that's been going on in our individual lives. Hopefully, you guys are making out as well as we have been anyway. Um, we have a guest tonight, so 10 Hunt will be regular, and we're going to have this one will be a local boy. So that'll be kind of cool. And we will go from there. We'll get going, get rolling here. Mr. John, what's up this week?
All right. Uh, Before we get started, we got a little video if Rick's able to get it to play there.
Yeah, let me find it.
Kind of my intro for today.
That's all right. That's cool.
Oh wow, that man has a Sky Striker for sale. I wonder how much he wants for it. Let's go find out. Hey mister, how much for the Sky Striker?
$500.
I don't have that much money. Wait, I got an idea. I forgot I was sitting on this gold mine. I think I can buy that Sky Striker now. I got 9 eggs.
You got a deal. There you go, son. That will fix the exam.
Very good.
All right. So all the talk last week or two has been, of course, about the Sky Striker, the HasLab Sky Striker. People start showing up in the mailboxes. I got mine last week, and so we're hey, we might as well talk about the Sky Striker, right? And I know the HasLab Sky Striker is not vintage, and this is supposed to be the vintage part of the segment. So of course, we gotta. I figured why not do a comparison between the two?
Oh,
maybe
cool.
look at the a little bit of the history of the Sky Striker, which not a lot of history on it. Of course, it was based off the F-14 Tomcat. The original the F-14A is actually the earlier models. What it's based off of, something about the engine design. And you guys that's in the Air Force mechanics or whatever, you probably know the difference. I don't, so I'm not even going to go into that. But the Sky Striker, the call number is XP-14F. The X stood for experimental, which even though, they flew them all the time, they were apparently operational, so they weren't really experimental by the time you got really into it. But the P stood for pursuit, and then the 14F was a play on the F-14, F standing for fighter. So just a little bit of information there on that. I've got a Sky Striker, a vintage one, and my box is kind of in rough shape. I got this a buddy of mine who actually I think he actually just joined the non-toxic G.I. Joe classified community. His name's Rob from Minnesota. So if he's watching this, I give a shout out to Rob, and thanks to him, I was able to get this a couple years ago. He bought a large collection, and he helped me out with some of the extras that he had.
Cool.
And it's got a little damage right there, but decent looking for display. So just out of comparison, let me fish out the box for the HasLab. And I haven't even judged these to see. I'm going to have to slide back some so you can see this one. The boxes are pretty much
Same size?
Pretty much the same size. I think. Yep, they're exactly the same size, so that's pretty good. I didn't realize. I didn't know if they were equally matched. The original, the original had 5 flag points. I thought it would have been cool, and I was hoping they would have put the flag points on the back of the box.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah.
Just that, they could have put void across it or something. At least put it on there. Of course, it ain't like you can redeem them now. So.
Right, yeah.
If you could, I'd be sitting on a gold mine. So anyway, the art is pretty much the same. Let's see if I can get it turned over here. So on the original box, and then compared to, let me see if I got it turned right. There we go. I mean, they done a pretty good job of reproducing the packaging. Even the, let me see if I can flip it over here. There you go. So that's a comparison, and of course the end. Boy, that camera! I think that camera's moving on me there. I don't know, but anyway. So that's a comparison of the box. Pretty much identical. The only difference is, of course, it don't have the flag points, and then you got failsafe on there next to Ace. That is failsafe, or is that ripcord? I can't remember. Failsafe. Okay, yeah. So you got him added to the box. And I always thought it would have been cool if the original had come with two figures as well. I just always thought that would be cool. So anyway, I actually have just taken this out of the box for the first time. I pulled it out, looked at it when I first got it, but I haven't even put it together because I really don't have anywhere to put it right now, so I keep it in the box. So I thought it was kind of neat. So, back in 2011, they brought out the Sky Striker for the 25th anniversary. Of course, the difference was it only had one seat, right? Because they were 4-inch figures, pretty much identical. And this one, it is a kind of more of a gray color. I don't know if you can really see it there. It's more of a light gray instead of off-white. And it did have black wings. And I just bummed somebody in there. Okay. But ain't a Chinese balloon down there, are they? All right, so
if it's down there, that's where it should be.
It's okay. It's just a weather balloon. And even the original, which I never really, I don't know why I never really paid much attention to it, but the original, the box art and everything, it had black wings.
Oh no! Yeah, wow.
But the actual plane itself was the same color. So with the
never noticed it before.
I never really paid any attention to it.
Huh.
So with the HasLab, it actually came with both. You can do the black or the
nice.
The other, and it's closer to color to the original.
Yeah,
it's still a kind of a more of a kind of a grayish tone to it, but not as much as the 2011. So you could do it vintage style with the off-white tail wings, or what do you call those, tail fins?
Yeah.
Or you can do it with the black to portray what's on the box. I went with the vintage look, the vintage off-white, because I wanted to look like the vintage toy.
Sure.
Or at least that's what I tell myself. Actually, I put the wings on before I realized I had a set of black ones, so that's why I got the white ones on. I probably would have put the black ones on there because I think it looks better with the black ones, but I'm afraid to take it off because I don't want to break nothing. So it is what it is. So a couple of the noticeable differences, which I know they probably went over it with the during the campaign. The original Sky Striker had the one machine gun kind of mounted not quite on the top, but not on the side, kind of at an angle. And there was only one. There's not one on the other side. But with the new one, they're mounted on the side, and there's two of them. And I do like the
that's cool.
The effects to make it look like it's firing. I thought that was pretty cool. The missiles are pretty much the same set of missiles and bombs. It did come with a couple of smaller fuel selages. I think I said that right. It did actually come with. You could actually put these on to add, instead of having two Sidewinder missiles, one on each side. You could actually attach these and have 4.
Oh wow!
So this would attach in there where. Let me turn around here where you can see it. So this part actually clipped in and I don't know, I ain't tried taking it out yet. I don't know how easy it is to get out. But you could take it out and pop it in where you could actually put 4 on there instead of just 2.
Nice.
So I thought that was kind of neat, a neat little add-on. I do like the stand. It's kind of, of course, I love the effects for the back.
Afterburners.
And you also had the effects to come with the missiles, which I put down here. And I thought it was neat. They fixed it so it can look like they're dropping and firing.
Yeah.
On the stand. Now, why you got these kind of stair stepped, but yet on the other side, the one on the very bottom, instead of being toward the back, is toward the front. I don't know why they done it that way instead of doing the same. The only thing, and I love the stand. I mean, it's maneuverable. You can put it in a climbing position, diving, banking, whatever. The only thing that I would have done different is I would have done this in clear plastic.
Yeah.
So it would have actually looked like it was flying.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe the clear plastic is not as strong as this. I don't know, because it is kind of heavy on there. And but I love that you can display it like this. The only concern I have is, especially like these smaller ones, they're going to start drooping after so long.
Right.
And I know they will. So I'm probably going to leave them in there for a little while and then, I don't know, take them out and. Or I guess I could always turn them over and let them droop the other way.
Yeah, just spin them every day. Spin them every day or something.
Right.
Like one grandfather.
It does have, you can stick like the spare. Of course, if it's on the stand, you can't have the fuel tank in there. So you can always store it in there. You can store other parts in there. So that's kind of neat. Another improvement to it, and I've got pieces laid out here. Okay. So I don't know how well these come out. Let me see if I can pull this out. I hadn't even had time to really play with it. Okay. So the original, what is that here? We got a comment.
Yeah.
You had any quality control issues with your Sky Striker? Okay. So I have not opened the figures. I was planning on just leaving them on the card. But as far as I could tell, I looked them over good. I didn't see anything wrong with them. My cards are in pretty good shape. One had a slight little bend to it, but other than that, Scarlet does not have a handle on her crossbow, which I think is the case with about all of them.
I think so, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people talk about having their wings break. The wings were very difficult. Don't bump that too hard on them. But the wings were difficult because when you try to snap them in, it try to close up in the V formation, So I did have to I just had to take my time and just do it real careful. But I got them snapped in there and didn't have any problems. Like I said, it went together pretty well, and no issues so far. So I mean that's a plus. And I do know there's a lot of people, and I see a lot of people comment, oh, they got all kind of quality issues, and I think I pointed out to in one group, I don't remember which one it was, talking about, if they have they made 15,000 of them, so
right.
If they had 100 posts of quality issues, that's still only like 0.6%.
Right. So
it sounds like a lot, but it's really not when you look at how many were actually made. So another thing, so when you pull the engine out of the original, it was all smooth, because obviously you're not gonna. Whoops.
ready for takeoff.
I'm gonna have to get me a better stand situation here. So you can pull it out, and you can see the fans on the other end, but this was always hidden because it's up in there. The one thing I do like, number one, they give this some color,
cool. So
it's silver. And number two, I don't know if you can really see, but they got detail, like, you can see hoses and,
nice.
They put detail on. They done a lot of detail, on this that the original didn't have. And, when you think about the price point, what was it, $229?
Something like that, yeah.
It sounds like a lot, but number one, if you figure $20 a figure, you got 7 figures with it, so that's what $160 of it right there. 100. Actually, I think if you go by the 2-packs that they put out, they're closer to $25 a piece. So,
Right.
I mean, you're looking at over half the cost was just in the figures. And if it hit the goal, you'd have got 2 more figures, which would have been another $40 worth.
Right.
Mm.
So I mean, it really wasn't as bad as what a lot of people, because you got to think. I mean, this is not 1983. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're not going
Right.
to get one for $30 now. But they did put detail in that. I like that. You know, it's of course the engine, you pop it off, and I just lost another missile, but and it's not all just solid white. You can see there it's got gray and it's got more detail in the, you know, when you take the engines off here.
Yep. Cool.
So I thought that was pretty good. And then another great feature, which, like I said, I haven't even taken them out, done anything with them. The originals, of course, had the old plastic parachutes, and you had to have rubber bands hold it in there. And this is what they look like. Let me pull out my other seat, because I think my parachute's not even connected to it. So these things would tear easily if you weren't careful of the strings and all. But see, the back was hollow, and it had 2 little hooks there where you could wrap the rubber band around it to hold it in. On the new one, and I'm probably going to get these parts mixed up and not know what goes with what. But on the new Sky Striker, it's got an
actual compartment
case on it, see, and it opens up, and it's got the cloth parachutes. I really like that. That's a really great upgrade. I haven't taken them out and tried them out because, you know, like I said, I haven't really had time to even look at it much.
Right.
I've just been so busy, but you just clamp that on. You don't have to worry about rubber bands or anything to hold it in.
Nice.
Another great feature too. Speaking of the get it over here where we can see it. Let me just turn it around here. All right. It also come with this. And well, I can't see.
Yeah,
But
blast
you can plug
effect
that in there, and it'll look like it's actually ejecting out.
Right.
So you can display it with a figure in it, like he's, you know, having to eject. You might could do get you some some cotton and paint it kind of spray paint it kind of a grayish color, make smoke coming off of it.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it come with 2 of those, so you can have both seats ejecting out of it.
Oh, cool.
It come with a spare canopy, and at first I'm like, why did they put an extra canopy? They didn't. The front part, the smaller part, which now this is another difference between it and the Vintage, because the Vintage was all one piece. But on this one, it's 2 pieces. So you got the windshield and then you got the canopy. And from what I read, a lot of people said the reason they done 2 canopies was so, you know, you could put like Scarlet and Ripcord, and then you could have Failsafe and Ace.
Oh, cool.
On this one, you could swap them out if you want to swap pilots, which that makes sense. That's a pretty good idea. Now, another cool thing, of course, that come with it. Let me put these parts back on so I don't lose them here. Come with a fuel. This kind of reminds me of the one that comes with the USS Flag. Not quite as wide.
Yeah.
A lot thinner, but it does have a retractable hose. Let's see if I can get it pulled out there. It's a little tight to pull out. You kind of have to help it out. If you're not careful, it'll kind of knot up on you, which that's what happened to mine. It looks like it knotted up. That's why it's not coming out. You got to be careful when you roll it back up. But you know, once you get it out, I mean, you can fuel the plane, you know, and then roll it back up in there. And of course, it comes with the car to pull it. No seat there though. It's kind of weird. This looks like I said, it looks like a little bit smaller version of the one that comes with the Flag, but there's no seat. So I guess it's remote control.
Yeah, right. Like a little drone, like a drone thing. Yeah, that's cool.
Right. The only thing is that they didn't paint it. It's all this gray. I guess they leave it where you can paint it yourself if you wanted to. And I want to keep it original, but on the other hand, I kind of want to paint them. You know? Give them some color. You could also pop this off Let's see. Okay. See if I can figure out how to get it popped off here. Okay. Yeah, that part pops off. Of course, you can see the engine, and then it's got this part that clips on, and you can put the missiles on there like you're
very cool.
carrying the missiles, and also it has the ladder to climb up to the side, and it hooks on the side of it there. So it did come with that, and the ladder, I think, which like I said, I haven't really had time to look at it. The ladder, I think you're supposed to be able to attach it on there too. Somehow, I'm not really sure.
It's got a panel that comes off on the side you're looking at.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
that.
I ain't even had time to look at it, but
And it's also got a refueling panel on your other side.
Yeah. I've seen the refuel panel.
do you know how to open the panel?
It's just on the side there somewhere. It just pulls down from what I've seen people showing. There it
Okay.
went.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess it attaches to that somehow. So this is a and it's spinning around here. I said I need to be further from the camera so you can see it. Let me get all this stuff out. Let me turn this one around.
All of his bombings.
These things are kind of big, you know.
Yeah.
I can understand why they didn't want to do a classified version because that thing would be
Lord,
that big. You know? It would be awesome though. I say,
Oh,
but,
yeah, no doubt.
so yeah, so that the panel come off there, which I don't know where it went to. It's in the floor somewhere.
Don't step on it.
Okay, yeah, I see this. Oh yeah, so here's okay. So yeah, on the other side's where the, like you said, where the fuel
Mm-hmm.
right there, and it's got the little. I don't know if you can see it. Oop, that fell off too.
I can see it now.
You got the- yeah.
John's going to have a slightly broken Sky Striker for sale here before the end of this episode.
Some parts missing.
Yeah, apparently it just got little tabs and they just popped right off there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
popped right back on. That's pretty neat. I do recall now them showing that on the campaign. I forgot about that. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So not a lot of little things, and then another big difference is, let me see if I can get it off of this base. I'll just set that out of the way there. So yeah, so it's lost most of its missiles now. So obviously you still have the same control that opens the wings, but not the landing gear like the old one used to do.
Yeah.
If you'll notice, it has the hook instead of using the hook that goes in here, which I guess you could still put that hook on there from the flag. It's got its own hook, and then when you pull that hook,
Pulls the landing gear down.
it pulls the landing gear up now.
Very nice.
So it's on a different mechanism, so you can actually have it with the wings open without the landing gear, and vice versa. So I kind of thought that was
That's
neat.
actually a nice feature.
And that hook, I mean, you can see that's actually
Yeah, the arrestor hook. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right. Mm-hmm.
And does
I
it
thought
drop
that-
down, John?
What's that?
Can you clip that hook down to where it's like on an angle where it catches?
Yes. So see, it's got a clip right there that holds it,
Mhm.
and when you pull it,
Okay, cool.
Nice.
you see,
Yeah, that's a good feature too.
so it
Oh,
comes
man.
down. Yeah.
I'm really regretting not getting one, even more than
Yeah.
I was. Jeez.
I really wished I'd got two of them myself. I almost did, and it being right there at Christmas, it just wasn't.
That's what wrecked it for us.
Yeah.
Me too.
The
And,
timing was horrible.
This part is gray. The vintage. You can see there it was a solid plastic
Right.
piece.
Mhm.
But this one's gray and it's a soft plastic.
Nice.
So that I don't think I have
Oy.
that. So anyhow, yeah, I've disassembled this thing now. Take it apart.
I was having a great week until this episode. Now I'm not having such a great week.
But I mean, yeah, it's a very nice. I think a lot of people complain, oh, we done got a Sky Striker, we done got a 3 3/4 inch Sky Striker, do something different, do something, classified or whatever. But for the 40th anniversary, I think this was a good choice myself.
I think so.
With what they put into it. I don't quite get, the only thing I don't quite get was because they included, obviously, multiple sticker sheets, and one of them being where you could do a Cobra
Right.
themed. However, G.I. Joe is printed on both sides. So I don't know if maybe the 67B sticker here at the bottom, if that would cover up the G.I. Joe. Possibly.
maybe.
Maybe that's what you put over there to cover it up. Otherwise, you're going to have a Cobra Jet with a G.I. Joe on it.
They stole it.
It kind of reminds me of the Spy Troops in 2003. The figures, the Joe figures would come with parts to where you could put them on and make them look like Cobra troopers.
Right.
But somewhere on the figure, on the pants leg or the sleeve, they always had G.I. Joe on them, and the parts never covered that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that's a dead giveaway if you're walking around and you got G.I. Joe on your sleeve, but you're wearing a Cobra outfit. But anyway, I guess kids didn't think about it, and
No.
so anyway, that's the Sky Striker. We'll take a quick look at the figures. How much time we got here? Oh yeah, we've got enough time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
And I brought them in just kind of. So I showed the when they redone them for the 25th style with the one seat. There goes another. I'm gonna have all these missiles mixed up. I ain't gonna know which one goes with which. So like I said, it was kind of a light gray. They had vintage wise, you had the Night Bomber that come out with Night Force. And last July at the Kentucky show, there was a guy at Destro's Den. I don't know if you probably, I know he was at the Nerdy Yard Sale before. He had a beautiful mint condition one. It was loose, but it was complete, and it was gorgeous. And I think he wanted like $900 for it, but it was well worth it because it was beautiful.
Right.
Unfortunately, I didn't get it. I'd love to, but that was out of my price range. So, I did like for they actually done the Night Bomber at the 2013 Joe Con. What have we got? With a new part of the new Sky Striker interchange with the original Sky Striker. I do not know.
I heard
some of them probably will.
Yeah, I heard one guy said if you are very gentle about it, you can put those afterburner effects into the old classic Sky Striker, but that's all I've heard about interchangeability.
Okay. I would think the panels, because they look to be the same, probably, if you wanted to, but I don't know. The missiles obviously are the same.
Sure.
2000, I think it was 2016, when they had the convention in Colorado, they had the Sky Patrol theme, and so they did actually do a Sky Patrol Sky Striker, which I didn't make it to the convention. It had the Night Bomber, and I wished I had, so I didn't get that one, but I did get the Sky Patrol, and to me, this is one of my favorites. It's not vac metal, but it's a very shiny. It almost looks like vac metal. Because I think they no longer can do vac metal like they used to. Something about the way it's
EPA,
right, the EPA
stuff. Yeah.
But this is, of course, it had gray fins and the
black
and the black.
Right.
Sort of like the Night Raven. The Night Raven was black on the bottom and then of course vac metal on top. Green missiles. I really like this, and this is one of my favorites.
That one's pretty.
Altogether, there were there's been like nine different Sky Strikers. Another one was from the 50th anniversary of the Silent Strike. It's kind of a dark, smoky gray with a red canopy.
Oh.
And I really like it too. I thought it was pretty cool. They did, and the ones that of course I didn't get them, and I hate I missed out on them. The first Joe Transformer San Diego Comic-Con had a Sky Striker painted up look like Starscream.
I've heard of it, yeah.
It's really nice. Then they also done one that looked like Jetfire a year or two later, and it actually had the I don't know what part it was. It was like extra boosters that Jetfire. I don't know if you remember. It had the big red boosters on the back that would kind of set on the top of it here.
Yeah.
And then the last San Diego Comic-Con, and I was able to get a buddy of mine, California Rob, who's also in a non-toxic group, so he may be watching this as well. So shout out to him as well. He was able to pick me up the San Diego Comic-Con 50th anniversary pack that had the and I haven't even had a chance to open it. I've had this about 5 years, and I haven't even opened it yet. I can't wait to, though, because it's got the it's a Cobra Scythe, I believe it's called. It's red and silver.
Yep.
Cool.
Really cool. A guy in our group that lived down near Montgomery, I forgot who it was, but here about a year or so ago, he actually had a loose one for sale for like $100, which was a good deal on it.
Oh, wow.
And I was going to buy it from him, but I had one. I just hadn't opened it, and I thought, well, I wouldn't mind having another. But another guy got on there and said he'd like to have it, so I said, well, go ahead and let him have it if he don't have one, because I've got one. You know,
Sure.
I just hadn't ever opened it. One day I'm going to get around to opening it when I get my man cave straightened out where I can have room to display it. So, but anyway. So that's pretty much the different Sky Strikers I've done. And real quick, I'm about to run out of time here on it.
Oh, you're all right.
We'll just take a quick look at the figures that came with it. And it's weird because only the main body was all that was packaged in the actual Sky Striker box. The wings and the missiles and all were in the brown box outside of it. So I know that probably aggravates a lot of inbox collectors that didn't want to open it because now part of the plane's on the outside of the box. So I think pretty much everybody's going to open these. So there's Failsafe. Okay. I do like the fact that they listed all of them on the back.
Well, he was never made before, right?
No, he's a totally new character.
Yeah. He was on the plane, the box art originally, but there was never a figure to match the name on the box art.
Right. Wayne Ruffle is his name. I'm sure that's probably patterned after somebody. He's from Bethpage, New York, according to his file card. So yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. This was one of the ones that I was waiting on was the Scarlet.
Yep.
And you know, in the cartoon, nobody ever wore the flight suit except for Ace. Everybody else would just jump out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
In normal uniform, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, it does not have the handle on the crossbow, but other than that, pretty cool figure. I thought I liked it. Of course, the back of it. Then you had, of course, Ace, and it's real close. I got my original right here. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
pretty much a direct match to the original Ace. So he's got some yellowing, obviously, but this one don't. I like the artwork on it too. That's pretty cool. Of course, the back of the box, and then the one that they never put out, the Night Force ripcord. So it's basically just ripcord, but painted up black for the Night Force. And I don't know if maybe they had planned a. I need to look into that because I'm thinking I'd heard that maybe they were planning another run because they've done two waves of Night Force. Toys R Us did. I don't know if maybe they were planning a third wave and he was going to be in it and it never got made or what. I don't know. I need to do some research. But as you can see, his card is got a little bent like there. Looks like where he probably grabbed it up to stick it in there. It's still unpunched, but other than that, that's the only thing I can find wrong with anything pertaining to mine. Everything else was perfect.
Cool.
So I'm blessed in that fact that I didn't have any issues like some people did. So
Sure.
and I I hate it for them, but I'll call customer service. They'll make it right for them.
That seems to be working out. That customer service is stepping up, and from what I've heard, anyways, taking
Well,
care
they
of all
know
this stuff.
something like this of this magnitude with that price tag on it. They're gonna do. I mean, some people on there like it's the end of the world. Like now they're now they're just out that money. I'm like, come on. I mean, you ain't even tried to contact them yet.
Right.
Before you panic, take a deep breath and call them. Of course, you got Cobra Commander with the Mickey Mouse emblem. So, throwback to the original Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. And of course, like I said, the art's is pretty much the same. Cobra Trooper. And then
Does your Cobra Commander got the right arms?
Going to bed.
I seen where somebody got one that had two left arms.
Yeah.
No, both. He's got a right and a left, so yeah, that's good too. And then, of course, the new one, the Ramp Rat. And I'll be quite honest. I mean, like I said, I'm probably not going to open these. I'll probably just leave these on the card. The only one that I have loose is the Stinger Driver, and that's because he didn't come on the card like all the rest of them did.
Right.
I just kind of, I thought this was neat. I would rather had two of these than I had a Cobra Trooper, honestly. But I mean, hey, I'll take the one. I did see somebody done a custom Televiper to match these, and it looked really good. I can't remember one of the groups, but that would have been cool if they'd put a Televiper like air controller, for the third figure. That would have been cool. But I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. I'll take what I get, I thought that was cool. A new figure, basically. Cobra Ground Crew. And altogether, compared to the vintage, I think they've done a really good job on it. A lot of little extra features like the landing gear closing separately from the wings, and the cloth parachutes was a big plus for me. I mean, that kind of, because those will last a whole lot longer than these plastic.
Right.
I mean, they're not, and kids played with these because that was one of the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the most exciting part, where you could throw the figure up in the air and
Right.
let the parachute down. And so,
Most of them was riddled with bullet holes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had because you could get the Melloway. It's the pack. It was green, and then later on they used that same pack with the Sky Patrol. Each Sky Patrol figure come with the pack, strap on them with the parachute. But I wore mine out. I had tape, Scotch tape on it, and everything, trying to hold it together. I mean, I played with that. I played with it, and I wore it out.
So let me ask you this, John, and I know it's a subjective thing, but just your opinion. I've seen a lot of ads, guys in the different groups already, that are selling these Sky Strikers with everything but the figures for $225. Is that reasonable? You have one in hand. Is that reasonable?
I believe so, because of the simple fact there's only 15,000, a little over 15,000 of them that were made, and I'm sure they made a few extras to. I'm sure they made a few extras to take care of, like damage
Parts and stuff, right?
parts and things.
Right.
To me, because the vintage one, you're looking at probably playing close to that for one complete in mint condition.
Yeah, without the parachutes.
For a vintage one, without
Right.
the parachutes, exactly. Right. And the thing about them, they have, because they're aged. This one's actually in very good shape. It's got a little yellow one, but it must have been kept in a climate controlled area because it's in very good shape.
Right.
But the biggest thing, it's really hard, and what really one of the things that makes them so expensive is, I'll show you the piece, which I don't have it on my front landing gear. This is often broke.
Yeah.
It goes on the front landing gear, but this little part right here with those tabs intact, and it's got 3 of them on there, because the other 2, the back landing gear, also has those same pieces. To find one with all 3 of them intact is very hard to come by.
Right.
I'm almost afraid to put this one on, because I'm afraid it's going to break as soon as I do, because it being so brittle. So I'm probably going to just put this back in the baggie and probably just keep it in the box, because I've got the HasLab and I've got these others that I can display. To get a vintage one and you're looking at, of course, nothing really replaces vintage. I understand that. I know a lot of people get excited about that, but I think for what all you get, it's something really cool, and there's just a limited number of them.
Right.
I think this one right here through the con, I want to say it was 130.
Yeah.
If you attended the con and got it, the Night Bomber one, actually that Night Bomber from the 2013 con, I think it sells for $250 easy.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's why I don't have one, because I missed out going to that con, and it was pushing me to spend 130 on this, but it looked so nice. I thought, but I think so. In my opinion, if I wanted one, and I've got the figures, and if I could find a one that was just, without the figures but it'd be complete. Other than that, I would probably give, $225 or $250 for one just to get another one. I wouldn't mind having another one.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what I'm
later on
thinking.
I'll do
Just,
that.
I don't care about the figures. It's the plane, and I have to tell you, looking at that one, especially now, the way that you can have the landing gear down and the wings in, that's a big bonus because that sucker takes up a lot of space sitting on its landing gear just to have those wings out.
Right, exactly.
You know, and the extra kit that comes with it, for a flight deck on a flag would be those two features alone. The extra stuff plus being more compact on a flight deck on display on a flag. That's a big selling thing for me. I'm really regretting not having done it because it looks like I could have turned around and sold the figures and paid for the plane.
Yeah, and to say that was me, that's what I'm thinking. I thought, man, if I'd have went ahead and got 2 or even 3,
Yeah,
if I could have, the hard part is having that money tied up for a whole year, and then,
and that was the kick in the head for us right then and there, and it was Christmas time.
Yeah.
The timing on that was horrible. It just was.
I definitely didn't make that mistake with the HISS tank because number one, it come out in August, which was a lot better timing.
Yeah.
I'd had some money put up because I was waiting for something big like that,
Right.
and so I definitely was able to get more than one of those. But
That's good.
I really wished I'd got more than one of the Sky Strikers. I would have loved to have 2. Just to had. I would love to have one with the white wings, just with the eagle logo on the side.
Yep.
And just like the vintage, and then I would have loved to have another one with the black wings and maybe with the Tomcat stickers on it. And like I said, I'm really struggling. I don't know. I might just leave it like it is. I might not even put any of the stickers on it because it's already got some
It's
G.I.
got
Joe
some markings on it, right? Yeah.
And I may just, I don't know. I can't decide what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you, John. That was awesome. Actually, even though you did wreck my week, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Well,
just to
I've wrecked my playroom here too because
say. Made your air
I
battle.
blew
at
the
table.
floor up many times with all these bombs. I got bombs laying everywhere.
Very cool. Nice job. Thank you. And I know, you know what? That was much better than most of the posts I've seen because I haven't seen any unboxing on it or anything because I don't really pay attention to that stuff that much. But thank you for doing that because that was actually helpful and it was cool to see it. So
and like I said, I mean, you can't beat. I mean, of course, there's a lot of. I mean, the Vamp, the Mobat, the Dragonfly, the Round Motorcycle, but the Sky Striker. I mean, all these are just signature pieces. I mean,
yeah. That first 2 years of stuff, especially, is just it was a big deal.
Yeah,
really was.
It was military. I mean, it's real. I mean, it's real life things. I mean, it's
absolutely.
I know. But
Very cool. Thank you much, my friend. That was awesome. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah. I'm kind of mad now because I didn't buy one.
Yeah, see, I know your week sucks now too.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, go ahead, and shut John off now. I've had enough.
Hey, I wasn't the one posting 5 boxes stacked up there like some.
I
people
saw
do.
that. Yeah, terrible. That was
They
awful.
are going for around $400 with all the figures on eBay right now, though.
Yeah.
And that's not really that bad. I mean,
No, not if you really think about the figures.
you
and
look
all.
at that. I mean, you look at some of the other stuff like the Sentinel. I mean, it was like $1,000 at the drop of a hat right after those come out.
Yeah.
And they were only what $350, $399, something like that.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
But
well,
anyway, this week we're going to talk about the reveals that Hasbro just had.
Yep.
And talk about you guys. We all can just talk about them because busy week for me. I didn't really have time to get out and do any hunting this weekend. So.
Yep.
There you go. Scrap iron.
Yep.
What's your guys' take on good old scrap iron? He looks good to me.
I love it. This one,
I like
I really, like it a lot.
The blast effects, everything is just amazing.
Yep.
And
I was going to say the tank treads on it, I think, is kind of a nice touch
Yeah.
yes.
because you always kind of wondered how did he tote that thing around on the battlefield. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
A leash.
I've heard rumors that the helmet's removable.
Oh, that would
That'd
be
be a
Oh,
first.
really?
awesome too.
So
Did they ever show him without his helmet in the cartoon or the comic book?
not that I know of. I
No,
didn't
he's
really
scarred
read-
up.
I didn't really read the comics, so but the cartoon. I don't
No,
know.
he was pretty scarred up.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Well,
But I have also heard rumors.
if you look at
that,
his face, they've sculpted scars
Yeah.
mm, Yeah.
stuff on his face on here. So,
hmm
and it looks like there may be enough room for a head there,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not holding my breath about that because they pretty much showed the ones with the extra heads and stuff, you know. So,
hmm Yeah.
but
I've
apparently
also heard that
got the remote control here. I don't know what this is. Is that like after?
I think those are impacts.
Yeah, I mean that's what that's. I mean that's the launch tube coming out
Right.
of the thing.
mhm.
Yeah,
I
those are the
guess
business end.
Just yeah. So that's just for the treads, to kicking up some little dirt
Right.
and stuff. But I think it looks. It's got a little modern take that Classified has,
Mhm.
but still, you know, you look at it, know who it is.
Exactly.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's a big thing with a lot of things nowadays. People have to explain to you who they are. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
Ready
I'm
for the
excited
next
for
one?
that one.
ready to move on?
And
I've also heard rumor that there may be a hitch on here to connect it to the his tank. If
That'd be
that's
cool.
true, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I seen a picture and I couldn't find the picture when I was prepping for this. So
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
I've seen it though, yeah.
yeah, I thought that,
Yeah.
that would
But I
be-
didn't get a his tank either, so I don't really care.
What? The his tank for you?
Well, if you think that Sky Striker weren't your week, wait till we
Oh,
start.
yeah.
Me and Jay start showing off our his takes,
No,
all the lights and sounds.
I am terribly ill the week that you guys do that and will not be participating in the podcast.
Yeah, overall for me, this is going to be about a 10 right here.
Yeah, this one's a good one, yeah.
Every bit of it.
Yeah, he's definitely a have to have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wait a minute.
Oh, don't skip it. Yeah.
This mouse is a gamer mouse. It moves faster than I do. Okay, here we got two different things. We got the original.
Yep.
And then what an artist said we should have got more with just the gray kind of thing. So
I like the gray better.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
The Browns
Yeah.
for Arctic Trooper, the brown for me stands out just way too much.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, the gray and white would be better.
even the gray of the skis and the rifle and everything else. I mean, it just
Right.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
it's more it's a bit more tactical for its needs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I'm digging that. I'm digging that rifle right there for
I was
another.
going to
joke.
say that looks just like my Ruger. That looks like my Ruger Precision.
Yeah,
It does.
I'm definitely digging that because that's more of a sniper type thing.
Yeah,
And
that's
he came-
Tundra work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he come with the quintessential GI Joe laser rifle?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
weird M14
Yeah.
knockoff thing there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Duke rifle.
And that's
I,
one thing I like.
I always loved Snow Job. I always loved the character. I love the aesthetic. So this one's a 10 for me, easily. And I hope we get the rest of the Arctic guys too at some point.
Yeah. Arctic was my next line of guys besides the Dreadnoks.
Yeah.
All the Arctic Troopers were just awesome to me.
Yep.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
they're very soon.
The only problem with them is that not everything happens in the cold, and
Yeah.
Right.
like, so they didn't get a lot of air time. I guess you
They
could say.
didn't. No.
Because you had Iceberg, which was actually a cool character,
Mhm.
from Texas. He hated the heat, and so that's
Yep.
why he liked me and stuff. So,
Yep.
Blizzard, and I mean, you had a whole bunch of cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the later Stalker with the kayak. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
cool,
a good
Right.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was watching some other reviewers and they were talking about this today, and the guy was like refusing to call him Snow Job. That's just something about that name just throws him off. And
Yeah, but if you read the comic, you'd know exactly why he had that code name.
I don't know. I can't fault people for not reading the comics. We didn't have local comic shops.
No, it was hard to get them back then.
I picked up one every now and then. I couldn't afford a subscription.
Sure.
So,
No.
Yeah,
usually if I got to read one, it was when I went over to a friend's house from school and he got one, or my cousin or something like that. And, stuff like that. It was cartoons. Cartoons was that and file cards was my G.I. Joe universe.
Right. Yep.
I do like that they give him the extra head with the pull down Parker, the hood.
Right.
And I mean, I noticed because they kind of started doing that, some time ago with like Marvel Legends, like Silk. You had the head with the mask on, and then one where you could have it pulled down, and Wolverine where you'd have his. Right. I like that because then you can display them like they're taking it off, and it's got more possibilities. And I'm sure, Rick, you've been a photographer, you probably love that feature.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it a lot. A lot.
like my only gripe is the brown.
Yeah,
we'll see when it comes up. You never know; it may change, but
I hope they do.
Yeah, maybe they'll get enough feedback that it ain't far enough into production that they can just do a run and change on it and go to the gray.
So
that'll be a variation everybody be looking for is the brown. The one with brown.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And give them,
$200 on eBay.
Give them blue eyes.
Oh, jeez, yeah, here we go with that again.
Yeah, beach on the toy owl beachhead looking at his eyes.
Yeah.
Are they blue or are they gray? Can't tell.
Look, when we were kids, we were the same. We wanted the coolest toy on the block,
Sure.
and stuff. And so if we got that unique toy, it made us special, So
Right.
not special enough to ride the short bus, but just still special.
Well, yeah, I mean, right.
And we got Steel Brigade.
Nah,
Yes.
I know you guys are loving this. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
John, what's your opinion?
I'm
It
pretty
is.
sure Master Chief's gonna want his helmet. Master Chief's going to want his helmet back.
Yeah,
That
It
looks
does look
like
a lot like it,
Master
don't it?
Chief's visor.
Mhm.
it does.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
have
the jump packs are cool. I mean, there's no
Wow.
doubt about that. The blast
Oh, yeah.
effects are cool. I'll get it, but it's the Steel Brigade stuff was after my time. So
This right here is coming off and going on that when I get it. I am so because that was my thing, man. When I got my Steel Brigade, I'm like, I'm a G.I. Joe now, but of course I had the helmet on, I couldn't see my face, So I'm and that's the whole point. The reason I got that selfie was because I figured eventually they would
there you
do
go.
a green shirt or something where I could
Yep.
do that. And,
Nice.
so yeah, I'll just have Mando armor laying around for like when they're doing cosplay on the G.I. Joe base, I guess.
I got a customizer that does the heads, and he did one for the 4-inch figures of me. So I'm gonna get him to do me not just the paint job on a base head, but sculpt beard, everything, and stuff like that. And I don't know, he gets pretty detailed. He'll put a boogie in your nose if you want him to. He's an awesome guy, especially at the scale he works on. Them 4-inch scales is pretty awesome. Of course, he could have left a gray out of my figures.
Yeah, well,
Gotta be realistic, man.
That's what I love about this one. I've actually got blonde hair like I used to have instead of this kind of salt and pepper thing going down. and if you notice, I'm really skinny in that Beskar armor.
yeah, oh yeah,
That has a real slimming effect.
that special metal do it for you every time.
Yeah.
It's that new Beskar Richard Simmons armor.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, I think this Steel Brigade, to me personally, I think it's over-designed. It needs to be a little bit less equipment all over it and stuff to make it a little bit, but I like it. Definitely, I think that people are going to scoop them up pretty hard.
Oh, they will.
But they're probably going to be probably a $90 price tag on it. I mean, because it's just, but it looks
I was
pretty
thinking about
nice.
60 on it.
Huh?
I was thinking probably about 60, 65.
Well, something like that. I mean, but by the time it comes out, inflation is probably going to be
Oh,
up
yeah.
about $20.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, because just they can afford balloons, but they can't afford to make toys cheap anymore.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We bought that balloon.
And this,
one.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
That's a 10 for sure.
Oh yeah, this is a 10 plus for me. I can't wait for this one. I'll have multiples of this.
Oh, yeah.
you have to. You
Yeah,
just
have
at
to.
least 2, so you can put the Crimson Twins in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably never keep my Televiper in there, but I'll definitely have my twins in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
I'll probably put a Viper in it and put Cobra Commander across the top of it, like
Yeah. Right.
just to display it like that. So
Yeah.
this outstanding. If you look at the detail that is put inside of this,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I
This
know
one I can't wait for.
it's a render, but I mean, they're getting pretty good with their renders, kind of
Yeah.
matching the product.
Yeah.
Lately. Maybe the jet pods actually stay on this one.
Yeah.
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 So, never did the vintage, but
Right.
yeah, the details are. I mean, I'd like to see the other side because you can see back here. I guess it's levels, maybe fuel levels, and
Fuel
all
levels or something.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
that.
Little radar.
Some sort of. I mean, they've put some work into this. Of
Yeah.
course, what means they're probably going to charge us for that work.
No doubt.
But I hear people complain about the vest needs to be a bit more bulky for the thing and the headset. I'm like, yeah, but it's 2023. Everything's a bit
Yeah.
more streamlined.
Exactly.
Much
But you can
smaller.
look at that. You can look at that and see who that is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you look at that and think that's Breaker or Snake Eyes or
Yeah. Right.
or Ant Man or I know it's like that's one of them Cobra Televipers.
Yeah.
And you got
I think it would be cool if they had a visor you could pop that one out and put another one in. It actually had like
The
wording.
letters. Yeah.
But you remember on the cartoon, it would
Yeah.
be backwards because they were reading it, so
Right.
you were
Yeah.
looking from the outside. You'd always see that writing go across there backwards.
Alert.
yeah.
Danger. Alert. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'll fire up my Photoshop for that when doing that pictures. But if you look, you got that grin and stuff, and with here, I mean, of course,
Got that nice sneer.
it's a render.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so and of course you got the Caucasian face. The
That's a nice
African-American
touch
face,
too. Yeah.
which is reversed.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a mirror image and stuff. So, and then you've got the closed face. I
Right.
guess when you pilot the thing, you wear that.
Oh yeah.
That's all in all. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Very, very good.
I mean,
I can't wait to get one of these. I don't know if you guys down here off 459, the Boy Scouts of America has their headquarters down there, and they have I don't know, it's probably a third or maybe a quarter scale Statue of Liberty statue on the property. I want to get down there with one of these and the Snake Eyes figure and get a full perspective shot of the Snake Eyes kicking
yeah.
the Televiper out of there.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to get that done. I think they're going to get money out of me for 3, possibly 4 of these. These are I'm really excited for these.
Mm-hmm.
And these have been upgraded, but that's about
It
as
looks
close
cool.
to the original.
It is.
Even the
Mhm.
big hose and the backpack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Sonic gun.
Yeah, they whoever did that really knew the product they were making because they paid.
So that zoom in on that description. That says bubble trouble, not trouble bubble.
bubble truck.
Yep.
Yeah,
The whole
That's
trouble.
interesting, huh?
I didn't notice that till this now.
yeah.
I only see one thing missing from the trouble bubble:
I know exactly what you about to say.
the mine.
The air mine.
Oh yeah.
But they did put a seatbelt on this one, so that's good.
Yeah.
Safety first.
Yeah,
This one's. I'm excited about these.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's I think they swapped the plastic instead of giving us a mine, they gave us a couple extra heads. So
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I do like on the very front there, you got the I guess the veins for like air intake. Because the original the vintage one, it was just open. It looked like something was supposed to snap onto the front of it or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
That kind of always bothered me. I felt like I was missing something.
I got
Very
you.
cool.
Yeah, that's and you that's probably I hate pre-ordering, but this is something I'm probably going to pre-order just to make sure I get. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
want to. I can't depend on Shane to find this for me.
I think this one's going to be an exclusive, though. I wouldn't be surprised if these is a Pulse exclusive, like Serpentor and Mindbender.
I hope not. That kind of stuff's running off collectors. People are getting
It
sick.
is.
It
We
is.
just want to buy it. Make cool product like this and
Yep.
put it up. Let's buy it.
And let
Don't
us
give us
buy
no
it.
time
Exactly.
limit or just Now, I'm all for, I guess, limiting, but the bots are still got until they can compete with them bots. There's still people are still buying 30 and 40 at one time. Or
Oh
100.
yeah, exactly.
It would be curious because it's coming. Target will have the Python Televiper.
Oh, yeah,
I just
probably.
wonder if they would include the Trouble Bubble in Python Patrol colors.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they wouldn't even have to. They could just throw them out on a card. People buy just another extra Televiper because
Right.
it'd be probably half the price or more.
Yeah.
Everything else. So, and yeah, Target exclusive for Python, which was an OG Python Trooper. They,
Yep.
you had one, so it wouldn't be like, people talk about the bats. The bats never were in the Python Patrol, stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Yep.
Of course,
Yeah,
we've seen the bazooka.
Mhm.
We knew that was coming.
Yep.
Of course, that's the original colors and everything else. And I guess all y'all's got this figure, right? Tiger
No,
Force?
I didn't. I didn't buy the new one. I'm waiting for this one.
Well, I didn't want to wait. I guess I'm not. Some people think I'm impatient. I don't know why. But yeah, which is worse now because I see the quality of the figure, and then with that change of that paint, I know what it's going to be like. And I'm like, now I want it even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of course, as soon as I get bazooka, you'll be hearing me going, "Now I need me an Alpine. You cannot make a bazooka and not give me an Alpine.
Yeah.
You just can't. That's blasphemy. It's heresy. You just can't."
Yep.
This, I'm going to pass on this.
Yep, same here. Hard
Just
pass.
not my thing.
I'll get one just because I'm a completist.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But
I mean, they did that barbecue. They did that barbecue outstanding. I mean, it's
oh
outstanding.
yeah,
Oh, he's nice. Yeah.
So, but you really can't complain about it. But
Yeah.
and
I'm
Big
excited
Ben.
about Big Ben.
it's a shot in the future. But whatever dude's name is that does the thing with Emily or whatever, he did mention that they're just trying to include later fans and then throwing the vintage. So
Yeah.
people that got on the G.I. Joe bandwagon during this time, during the Deke commercial, was it Deke or Sunbow? Which one did the last cartoons that was really done towards kids? But yeah, that looks really good. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's just a solid figure.
Now, is he British? Is this
Yeah.
where Big Ben comes from?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
They started kind of going international there in the 90s.
Yeah, I knew. I watched.
Yeah.
Rick suggested I look up that what was it? The Dragon. I watched that miniseries, anyways, from that after post '87 movie,
Dragon Force thing.
Yeah. and I noticed the song and the beginning narration. They didn't refer to Cobra. They didn't refer to terrorist organization, and it was international group of freedom defenders or whatever they were calling themselves. So yeah, that makes sense. But I don't remember this guy at all.
I
They
think
showed
he
us-
was 91, I want to say.
Yeah, 91, 92, I think.
what I liked about him was he's out of all the stuff from the '90s, he's probably the most realistic military.
Yeah.
Western
Oh,
And
yeah.
I like his kit. The kit's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, he and they never made him goofy in the cartoons or anything. He was kind of soldier, serious kind of thing, all that stuff. So yeah, it's almost the way they played it. It's like when times get a little tougher, then you call Big Ben in to kind of help you out. Because the newer cartoons, they had their little segments. Since you didn't have Snake Eyes flying in with his super speed and stuff and killing everybody, you had soldiers come in and do it. But,
Wasn't he always on time?
yeah, I believe so. I think it was a big thing.
Yeah, right. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Always on
Big
time,
Ben.
Big Ben.
Yeah,
There you go.
and I'm
Yeah.
I hope this comes out anywhere close to that because that is a beautiful
Yep. It's a nice
It
face.
is.
of a cover girl model.
Yeah.
She-
Yeah. Very nice.
I mean, I can't believe we're getting a little some cleavage and
Yeah.
tatas
It's not, that will be erased.
because they
Oh, yeah.
have they
I am surprised they don't put a second head in with the long blonde hair because a lot of people seem to prefer the cartoon version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is she blonde in the cartoon?
Yeah.
In the cartoon, she
Yes.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That Benelli is way out of scale too. That shotgun's way too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's a great figure. I'm still excited for it.
maybe size don't matter to her.
Well, that could be it. That could be it.
Yeah. It's all about the action. You know, so
What is
Yeah.
that by the wrench? Is that like
it's
Cell phone.
it
Yeah.
is just a cell phone?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah,
But
data
in
pad or
her-
something.
yeah, it could be like another control thing where because it has the
Oh, it's the
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it that could be a precursor thing. I think that snaps on back here, and
Probably.
she's
Yeah.
got a holster
Yeah,
there.
that's cool.
So, but
What
that,
is the dark green above her belt there? Is that just
that's a belt.
It's a second
Little
belt. It's a
belt.
pistol belt.
Oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, it's got the okay.
Yes, her belt, and then she's got like a utility belt
Right.
stuff because she.
It looks like her wrench might slide in on the right side there or the left side of her.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
in here,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right, Shane. Yeah.
Yeah. And then her PDA might go on the back.
Yeah, they're making everything where you can store everything on your figure, which I think it adds a lot of bulky stuff, and I still want to tossing most of it into a tote because I'm like,
I
come
dig
on.
it, man. I really do.
I like it too, actually.
I remember the kid having, just two guns in a hand, backpack, stuff that just hung all over my figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the like '93 come out where they had like 4 or 5 guns and all, and you're like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do with all these?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Besides lose them.
Well, when they come out with the whole tree that had the whole plastic tree, and
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
like bright yellow and orange.
The Ninja Force and stuff
I
like that.
read a thing about that, and it said it was since there was a moms group that tried to shut GI Joe down, period, from the get go. One of the excuses they had was the kids were constantly losing their weapons, and the Joes are so small they could lose them in the grass.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hasbro made the change, started adding neon colors and bright neon weapons just to keep making toys. They gave in to the pressure on that and stuff. So I'm like that, you do what you got to do,
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Violent military toys. So, and here's Lieutenant Falcon.
I'm stoked about this one.
Tell you.
Yeah,
Especially since they redone the face.
of course.
Say that again, Shane.
Especially since they redone the head
since they
sculpt
did
and
it,
the face.
yeah.
The first one was terrible.
Yeah, I
They
didn't really
done a
notice.
new one now.
I think they ought to take that first one because the Joseph Colton figure had a beret too, and just make that a Joseph because he looked like an older man,
Yeah.
with that other face. That it looked like Joseph Colton to me.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people
and I
don't
think
like
that-
Don Johnson. But
Yeah, they need to do a face thing and the print of Don Johnson's. Yeah. That would be. Of course, you know, the way they put him in there, he'd only been in his 20s and stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would, you know, he
Is this the new face, Rick? Can you
Yeah.
zoom in?
yeah.
Is it just me? I mean, compared to the other ones, he seems to be pretty sparse in the accessory department, doesn't he? He didn't seem
Yeah.
to have much going on.
That's all of his original stuff there.
Yeah.
So we don't get nothing with new sculpts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
bare
mean,
metal-
there's like a sidearm there or something.
Yeah. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
they even went back to a molded knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he's got the little thing on his belt here for the comms.
yeah, that up there. Yeah.
They went back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a spaz.
I mean, I understand the old Alice web gear went out in the 80s
Right.
too.
Yeah.
It just had that look with the pouches. I mean, you know,
Right.
it's-
Mhm.
I don't know. And there, if that's to scale right with a figure, then yeah, that's a little small as well.
That
So,
spaz is small. Yeah. Spaz 12s are sizable.
It does look like it may have a foldable stock though,
It does. It folds up over the top.
so that'd be awesome.
so,
I wonder if the beret will be removable like Beachheads was.
yes,
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Yes.
well,
I'm
cool.
pretty sure so.
I have seen it without the beret and
Cool.
stuff. I wish they would have done it where the beret and the hairpiece all flop off, because when you look, you can see how much size on the
Yeah.
side. That
Yeah.
it's like you can tell that it's a plastic hat sitting on top of his head.
Right.
Where if
I
it
could
was
see
like
a brown eye, blue eye version.
so yeah.
Yeah.
I think a whole lot of people's waiting for this version.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. The version we should have had first.
and it's funny because he come along about the time that all of us were probably either getting out or already done
Pretty
collecting.
close, but
Yeah.
still, he was an awesome character.
I just remember the white T-shirt saying "survival" and blah blah
Right.
blah, and the red hair. I mean, it was like, yeah, it made an impact as a kid. But I never, as a kid, I never owned the vintage. It was
Huh.
years later when I actually got it, and then so yeah, because the Tiger Force one's really good. Seen one the other day. Somebody took off the Tiger emblem and put a Tony the Tiger thing on it. It was kind of funny.
That'd be cool. He's
I
great.
still keep. I've got water decals where I still keep meaning to put my Auburn University ones on the sleeves. And
There you
stuff.
go.
And I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to rock and roll.
You can
Yeah.
take Bazooka and take the 14 off and put Fruit Loops toucan on there.
Oh, there you go.
Then you can have a couple of serial killers.
I know, right?
I always loved rock and roll. This is
So
good.
I don't-
I'm excited for this one.
While I'm, what does that say? Hang 10. Okay.
Yeah, surfer dude stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember him much doing or saying much. I mean, he was just always there. That
Mhm.
kind of like the drummer, he's kind of in the back.
Yeah.
Well, he was a drummer too. So yeah, I mean, he's just,
All right.
yeah, he was a 60 gunner. I mean, he just kind of was. He was just there, support.
Yeah.
Standing around with his pig. That was just what he was.
That's how you keep people from shooting back at you. Have
Yep.
them shoot him. So yeah.
That's right.
I'm wondering, is it going to come with two heads or just two
Yeah.
different helmets?
Well, this is a render what the helmet would look like on there and stuff. But as far as I've seen, it's just a helmet with stuff. So
Right.
kind of like we got with Breaker.
Okay,
So-
because to me it looked like it had a face guard, right, or eye guards right here, and it must just be the back of the helmet.
He just
Yeah.
the back of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the back
Oh, just yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
okay.
because you can see the sides all
Right.
here.
Right.
What I'm wondering is what that is. Is that like a piece thing? Or
just
Florida.
point, you know, just
Or
Looks
somebody
like
could
two
be on a
fingers, like
cigarette.
2 fingers.
Would it be like the motions at the
Yeah.
the hand signals?
No, I think that's where the two middle fingers, the heavy metal sign of the.
Oh, it's
right.
this?
Ah,
yes,
okay.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
probably.
We'll have-
Dude, right? Dude.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
we'll
so the
have-
thumb should be up with, you know, the surfer dude stuff. Thumb would have to be up, right?
Yeah. That's the
yeah,
rock.
unless it's the heavy metal one. With the rock one, you don't
Yeah.
have the thumb on it. So yeah.
That or he's a Spider-Man fan, one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Shoot the
this.
web.
We better
But
watch out.
hopefully we won't have hopefully we won't have no religious organizations claiming that it's making the sign of the devil and making
right.
Hasbro stop making the toys. Yeah. Stranger things have happened. So
That's for sure.
Yes.
Gotta love it. Yeah.
yeah. Like
Come
with,
down without the hair.
like Falcon, I wish they would have done that with Falcon.
Mhm.
Just the braid, make it part of the thing. So I don't think I ever saw Shipwreck without his thing. Maybe he did in the comics, but
I don't remember seeing him without it. His cover.
Well, there was the one episode where he thought when he was in the shark and it went under,
uh-huh.
and then
Yeah.
he woke up and he was in the Cobra had that Springfield scene set up.
Oh
He thought
yeah.
yeah, and he was in civilian clothes in it. Yeah.
Now, tell you what I'm waiting for. Y'all just wait for it. You can hear it now. They could have articulated Polly.
Oh, yeah.
Why they go so cheap? They could have articulated him. They could have done like, okay. They did freedom and all that. So yeah, okay.
Right. Tibber
But
had
this
2
is
heads.
just a renderer, man. I mean, we could get something different.
Oh, yeah. You could
Oh,
have a
yeah.
swivel head, yeah.
Well, it may have a swivel head because if you look, it's almost a different color here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how much articulation are you gonna give a parrot? I mean,
Yeah.
and still, but if you articulate those wings, they'd gripe because it's out of scale. So I mean,
Yeah. And then if you got articulated and it worked really good and stuff, then they'd say, why didn't they give Polly some crackers? So I don't know.
exactly right. Right. Why doesn't Polly have a pistol? I mean, there we go.
Exactly.
I figure most people's gripe's going to be because he can't sit on his wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one I'm excited for.
Me too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Because
I
I know
think,
we're going to get
He
some
looks
more.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm glad it was Roll Robles that did these edits and stuff to kind of give you a
Add
look
the
of what
gear.
it looked like with all the gear on and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's just really nice. It's a very clean.
I'm glad they give him a rifle also instead of just the spear gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good at HK. I gotta say, I really appreciate the fact that Hasbro has different size bucks. It's not all of these guys are not all the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
Well, it's pretty easy to. I mean, of course, it's easy for most things because we have file cards and histories and stuff, so we know how tall this person would be.
Right.
Right.
And at 1/12 scale, there 6 foot is supposed to be. If you're 6 feet tall, you're 6 inches. If you're
Right.
5'11", then you're 5 inches, and and you're supposed to judge everything by
Right.
it. And if of course, something I'll cover in my segment, certain toy maker don't care nothing about scale.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. It's they're not the same, and they're kind of matching up to the heights and stuff, and
Yeah. The build is slight, Torpedo's a much slighter build than the rest of those, and that's a cool thing.
Yep.
I mean, I hope Tunnel Rat is much, much shorter.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that would be awesome if he is. I mean, if he was a half an inch shorter than the rest of them, that would be great. I mean,
he needs to be on that scale like Lady J is.
yeah. Yep.
Hot kind of thing,
Yep.
and not much bulkier either because he
No.
wasn't stuff. So
No, because the Tunnel Rats were pretty small guys.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's one we definitely got. I look forward to. He was a interesting
The
character.
thing about the Bulks, and that's what concerns me. If they did Nemesis Enforcer, I'm afraid he wouldn't be tall enough because he was actually like a head and shoulders taller than Falcon. I mean, he was
Oh,
big.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
he was a lot bigger than he was bigger
Oh,
than
he was even bigger than
Roadblock.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
Yeah,
taller
he
than
was.
Slaughter, yeah.
Yeah,
And from to do him accurately, that's what I would want. I would want like a
Oh, yeah.
a 7.5 inch figure,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
they would have to be, they'd have to have other characters that were really tall to be able to use a bulk, and nobody was really as tall as he was.
yeah. But it
Yeah.
is Hasbro. It's not like they don't have bucks around from the
Yeah.
other lines that are of that size. It's not
Yeah.
rework the tooling a little bit, and they could do it easily.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have to. I mean, I collect most of Hasbro stuff. I couldn't say anything that people would accept without the articulation, because G.I. Joe's setting these new figures are setting a
Yeah,
standard
it's true.
Oh yeah.
and stuff. So you would really want. I think me and Shane were out the other day when we was shopping. So I was looking at the Goliath wings from the NECA Goliath figure, and I'm like, you right there's Nemesis Enforcer's wings.
Exactly.
Right.
Stuff. And the way they did that Goliath, they even have it where he can wrap himself in the wings when the wings ain't figured out. So you could do
Right.
that separate. And the Goliath figure is, I think, about almost 9 inches tall.
Yeah.
So them doing that is very feasible, even to the point if they could make him a grand scale with articulated wings, all that kind of stuff, and maybe even make that a HasLab project and add Globulus
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
and some of the troopers. I mean, you got that whole Cobra Law thing that a lot of people, such as myself, loathe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're going to have to deal with it because I want an armored Cobra Commander. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that armored Cobra Commander. But yeah.
Yeah,
But he was armored in the comic, and it had nothing to do with Cobra Law. So,
Yeah.
you could still do it without the movie tie-in.
Yeah.
But with Falcon, it looks like they're headed in that direction, anyways. So we'll see.
I've already got as soon as I get that figure, I've already got a picture in mind to recreate one of the scenes from that, since we got the twins and Japan Thor and all that. So I've got that. And yeah, it'd be nice to have a Nemesis Enforcer to be facing off against my Sergeant Slaughter.
There you
And
go.
stuff. So,
if they include, because they're putting in some of this 2000, some of these new characters like Agent Helix and some of those, they could use the Nemesis Enforcer bulk to do Venomous Maximus, because he was pretty big.
yes,
That
it was.
figure. So I mean, that's two figures they could probably get out of that one
Sure.
bulk.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a cool figure for the Venom versus Valor line. It was kind of a cool villain that they created there.
Right.
Oh, I agree. I still got. I mean, I bought that line. I thought it was entertaining and all that kind of stuff, But yeah, it was really had a grasp on the Resident Evil type
Right.
thing. So I dug it. I thought it was, of course, to me, anytime they kept the G.I. Joe alive, something I kind of supported. Just I wanted the next generation to enjoy it, and then the next generation, stuff like that. So, but I love the old ones like Mr. Copperhead here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Excited for this one.
I'm not going to hold my breath if we ever get a Watermark skin, but
Yeah. You never know.
I think if they would, I think we all sit and talked about at that first nerdy yard sale. If that his tank would have been just a large blown up scale of the original, and they said we $100 price tag for it, we would all probably bought 2 or 3. We'd still bought every one of them. We didn't need all the bells, whistles, and extras, and all that. Just give us, so they can make this stuff and make it affordable. Because
Yeah, they sure could.
Arden's doing it, and other companies are doing it, and they're around that $100 mark and stuff. I'm going, you could have made this affordable, without all the bells and whistles.
And even if Walmart or Target didn't want to carry it, you still got Big Bad Toy Store and other Entertainment Earth and those that would be glad to carry them.
Yeah.
Because they know, I mean, most of their customer base is collectors.
Well, they can do the direct to consumer again. I mean, that worked for years. I mean, just make it available. So just
And
like I said, it's money they're just not printing.
And they done some, and think about it, like that, the Rock, the ROCC, the big, it was like a rolling base.
Oh yeah,
They done direct. I mean, that was a whole new model. I mean, that was a new vehicle, and they done it just for that direct to customer line.
Yep. And it was
If
all
they could do that, why couldn't they do it with other stuff?
You look at, I mean, his two examples. The McFarlane did the cycles.
Yeah.
For the DC line for a 7-inch figure, right?
Uh-huh.
These were under $30.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a lot of detail here. These are nice quality pieces. You're not talking something like a water moccasin really isn't all that much bigger than especially this cycle here. There's no reason why they couldn't be putting them out at the $40, $45 price point in a reasonably sized box that would sit on a shelf.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
even
mean,
Batman,
this is possible.
that Batman swamp truck they built.
Yeah, that was $60.
Yeah, I mean, and it's huge.
It is.
It's massive, and it's under $60.
Yep.
It could very well be done.
Yep, easily. Especially, and I'll say it again, especially where they own G.I. Joe. They don't have to dump a bunch of money into licensing fees to Marvel or Disney or whoever. I mean, they own it.
Yep.
I get it. Transformers are expensive because you got a whole lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is real basic stuff. I wish Hasbro would retract its brand and focus on what it has. And I hate to say it, can half the lines that they're carrying.
Well, we're in that generation of bells and whistles. Everything's got bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm like, if they, like I said, they could just blow up a water moccasin to match the scale.
Right.
We don't need all the bells and whistles.
Right.
It would sell. And then you could, I think it got done on the Tiger Force. Didn't they have a Tiger Force water moccasin?
Sure did. Yep.
And so then there's you selling there. I mean, I don't know. I think they, of course, like with the figures, I was mentioning earlier, they're over designed. They're in my little world, they're tactical. Everybody wants to be tactical. I'm like, okay, you can't even really function like that, and stuff. So, but yeah. Of course, when you got somebody like Copperhead here, well, he's a very basic figure.
He's very bare bones.
Yeah, because he was a driver. He came with he was part of a package deal. So, and he'll cost the same amount as all the rest, but they do make their money back on those from where they make new sculpts, and then you get your basics. So they have to balance that money out.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And that's one of them. They just do a repaint and put it on the shelves, and people buy it because it's parts.
And this will sell. This will sell a lot.
So
much more than the Python Patrol. These will sell very well.
I can paint the bat pink if I wanted to, and I'd probably still buy it just because I love the bats.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. It's something about that black and red. I don't know with the geek culture. It's like with voting for the extra character on the hiss. It was no surprise it went with the black and red version of it.
Right.
I wanted purple because it's probably the closest thing to a Techno Viper we're going to get. So because that's way on down the thing, but it's like black and red, black and red, black and red. So that's black and red. So.
Yep. The one thing about the bats is it also upped the realism of the violence. You treat a bat like a bullet sponge and no one was going to freak out because it wasn't human. So that helped with some of the realism. So
yeah, because if you watch the old cartoons, all that gunfire, all that stuff, and nobody ever gets hurt.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's just I mean,
it's safe.
I love watching them, but I sit back and critique them to death. I'm going, oh my God, 30 seconds ago you just said this. Now you're saying this. I'm like, it's like, come on, it's. I mean, God, I can't believe I love this the way I used to. Here's a walking mistake. right here. This brown color that they've got going on here.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah. Now,
Iron
If-
Grenadiers.
if they turned her into a desert trooper, if this was the tan desert trooper, that would be badass.
Right.
I mean, because I can already see the customizers doing it now. They're going to make desert troopers out of that because they already got the brown and all that.
Yeah,
kind
the
of
FTE stuff. Yeah.
So, and then, of course, I mean, I know the originals were brown. You have the tan Alice gear and stuff on the trooper stuff. Or I got probably 100 and something of them. Of the 4-inch ones, especially because I was a manager at Dollar General. So as soon as I got a case in, they just went home with me. Yes, we do that, right?
That's why I can never find anything at Dollar General.
Exactly. But yeah, you got the different heads, different ethnicities. I mean, everything is. People should see a lot that they like. You got the special effects. I think the weapons and stuff. I think the first release will sell really well, and then they're going to peg warm. That's just my opinion, because
I think so. Yeah.
People.
I think most people will pre-order this and they'll sit on shelves. Like this.
Yeah.
Of course, Corey's watching, so he's already going, no, I'm going to buy 100,000 of them. So, but he's a customizer, so those guys are amazing and irritating all at the same time, because especially when they're chopping up a figure that you wish you just had the figure, and they're like, look at you. So, and we got the Walmart Crimson Guard, which
carded.
Yeah, and it's got the silver face. He's lighter color. He's more in lines with the comic book because their faces were a lot of times silver and stuff.
Right.
Definitely, I'm probably gonna display him maybe as like a sergeant, Crimson Guard sergeant, because I just pre-ordered one. And the Snake Eyes, and to me, that's my Snake Eyes. That's my
this is a good one.
Snake Eyes. The very first G.I. Joe figure I bought. It was solid black because Hasbro saved money.
Right.
I ate all that, and with the satchel and the pistola and the Uzi, that's just Snake Eyes. No ninja sword, no nothing, just a commando. So
I wish they would include those stands with all the figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are actually some good stands.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they do work pretty well.
Yeah.
The stands that come with McFarlane figures work as well too.
Yep.
So let's not do that. Of course, everybody's waiting on this guy. I think, to me, all I can note is they've replaced the forearms and gave him non-gloved hands, which I've already kind of done to mine. But the only thing I don't like about this setup is the bow.
With the silver.
Well, no, it's too small to be that kind of bow, and his bow was more of the traditional long bow.
Yeah, the longbow, right?
Compound and all that stuff. So if you're going to give me some classic taste, then it's even easier to mold, right?
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's why a lot of times, like in my pictures, I use the bow that come with the Ninja from the Articulated Icons Ninja, because it's just a long and it just looks a whole lot better. But yeah, I'm gonna be another one. I think it's gonna be a little difficult to find, and it sucks that Walmart exclusive because they sell the pre-orders.
That is a backpack up there though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
but
that's the
It's got his
backpack,
quiver. Yeah.
the hands. Yeah.
No, okay. So, but it still don't have the nunchucks.
No, ain't coming no nunchucks.
No.
We don't need no stinking nunchucks. They're just big chopsticks. And Zartan re-release, what is it, the third time?
Third.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty close to I would have liked to them to just gave it like the original. I know they ain't got the color change in this one. They still could have gave us the clear piece on the chest and the
Yeah.
leg pads like the OG was.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't make this in the color change so you could have one at mass market that people could get.
Yeah, I don't know.
They Hasbro leaves a lot of money unprinted. That's just,
Yeah.
I mean, they could print their own money and they just don't. I don't know why. It's
I
like,
don't know.
Yeah.
because you made that the chest piece clear and the little things clear, and you give him color change, you could sell every one you made. You just
Exactly.
people would stockpile them for 20 years down the road. I mean, and I don't know, and that you could justify charging somebody $35 for.
Right.
Yeah.
Be like, well, you got that special. Okay, we do. So but yeah, and here are the ones that have been announced, but we still ain't got no renders of.
Right.
You know, of course, it's the classic thing. You know, so I was thinking with I was talking about the infantry troop builders and stuff. If they do a grunt, of course, that's a stalker body, that's a breaker body. That, you know, the original 13, they were all on the same spot, except for Flash. You know, and so, but and then of course General Hawk, and then you got the Tripwire.
Yep.
And everybody
Low
loves Lowlight.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I got attacked one time because people are like, I mean, it's like he's a night trooper. It never says on his thing that he is a sniper.
Right.
He is a sharpshooter trainer, but he's not a sniper. For some reason, he always took that classification. It's like, well, that big scope, I mean, it's a night vision scope. They were huge.
yeah.
back in the 80s.
The Starlighters
Yeah.
were immense.
Yeah, and stuff. So it's like, there's Tunnel Rat we was talking about.
Jockals.
Yeah. Chuckles, I look forward to. And
Anything Dreadnought.
Dreadnoughts.
Take my money.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants no dang Dreadnoughts. I mean, so,
Everybody wants Dreadnoughts.
and Snow Serpent. I don't know. I've never met anybody that just did not absolutely love that figure.
I know.
That to be 3 3/4. It had detail and sculpting in that figure like none other on that
Yeah,
line.
it was awesome.
And of course, we want an OG Firefly.
Yep.
I don't want a revamped one that we already got where they just throw the straps on it because the shoulders are too wanky. It was designed for that vest, because I've seen people do that. You can buy that custom, but the shoulders are there.
Right.
Range Vipers, you know, they came along later, but they was actually pretty cool. They could make a really cool figure out, you know, with that, and I'm hoping to see that. I know nothing about Shadow Tracker.
Nothing other than he's a Predator ripoff.
That bow there would have been better to put than and stuff. So, and then Helix, she's an interesting character. I mean, I've actually got that figure and stuff, and so I mean, it's I don't know. You kind of want some female characters. Well, she's a good, strong female character to put in the line. Everything else, yeah, that's jumping kind of forward, way forward.
Well, it is. They're hitting. I mean, they're hitting a lot of high spots. But if you look at, I mean, we talked about the movie a minute ago. As far as the cartoon universe goes, I mean, you got Falcon, you got Chuckles, you got Tunnel Rat. There was one other, right, that was introduced in the movie we were just talking about. Who was
Big
it?
Lock.
Big Love.
Yeah,
And-
no, that's actually been announced as a figure. Shoot, I can't think.
Jinx.
Falcon. I mean,
Yeah, Falcon. Yeah, I mentioned him. I can't think of the other one. No, I mean Jinx and Big Lob but yeah, they're
Tunnel
bored.
Rat.
oh, Law and Order.
Yeah,
Oh, Law and Order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He come in with.
Yep.
So I mean, they're hitting it all. They're all over the place.
He'll probably be delayed because he'll probably let you know, the dog drive. But yeah, I don't. That's like Big Lob. They've never made a 3 3/4 inch. I think the Joe Club made a 4-inch figure,
They
didn't it?
did.
Actually, they did
They
one
did
of
make a 3 3/4. Yeah.
Really?
They done the 3
Yeah.
3/4 first, then later they done them in
Yeah,
Was that one of them late? Was that one of them later lines? It was like a Toys R Us exclusive or something, like a 3-pack or something.
I think the 3 3/4 in 2010 was it?
No, yeah.
I think it was the 3 3/4 was the club membership figure.
Yeah.
The other was in the figure subscription service, the 4-inch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
See, I didn't get none of it, but I always wanted that figure to go with the movie set. You know, 'cause I got the Cobra Law thing and all that. It's you know, so yeah, they kind of let me down there. Let me down.
Now he would be another one that you might use the Nemesis Enforcer bulk on because he was pretty tall, but he was kind of skinny though. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, Hasbro's making these basketball players now.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be
For the
real
start
easy to
money.
make that conversion.
Oh yeah.
it would be. Yeah.
As long as they don't make him look like LeBron James, we okay, you know. So, but
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had that problem back when that Looney Tunes movie came out, that other Space Jam. All the kids around here were destroying those toys on the shelves. They destroyed them by the hundreds.
Heads were gone.
Yeah.
Well, they were tearing the heads, and they get anything they could tear off of them. They were tearing off of them. It was had something to do with LeBron James, but I don't know what it was. But they were destroying those toys. Well, I think most of them went in the trash before they ever sold, because they wrecked every one of them they could get their hands on.
yeah, I remember reading something about why they did that, and why I kind of thought was funny. At the same time, that's to me criminal mischief. And
Oh, it was bad around here. It was bad around here. You can't help but notice.
Find one of them with his head on.
No, just tearing them up. So I don't
Even
know.
now, like dirt cheap and bargain hunt and places like that, he has no head.
Oh, they tore them up bad.
Let me go through mine really quick before we got our guest on here.
I was gonna say, we're at 142 already. Where the heck did the time go?
I want to talk about this guy.
There you go.
McFarlane is
McFarlane.
releasing
Very
these
nice.
Batmans from the trilogy, and this looks really, really sweet.
Yep.
McFarlane does great sculpts and stuff, and I'm thinking he's got a plastic cape, which is unfortunate, but it's Batman. This Joker looks outstanding.
Mhm.
I think they really did really well. I mean, so I'm really looking forward to that. This Two-Face, come on, that's just killing it right there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a dude in a suit, but it's Two-Face.
It's
And the
Two-Face.
articulation's got the big wide ones. That means that he'll actually get a good bend on this thing. Scarecrow, I don't care that much for, but you know, I'll get him because I gotta have the Bane.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, and that's a builder figure.
yeah. So I'm gonna probably miss out on the Solomon Grundy builder figure because I don't want to buy all 4, but
That's
luckily
a-
this line I want 3 out of the 4 figures, so I'm good with it. You know, and because McFarlane still ain't jacked the price up like everybody else, it'll be
Not yet.
affordable. So
Not yet. But I
of course,
will
he
say,
has been up, but
just as a heads up, I saw him before Christmas, but I actually got to look at him yesterday. I looked at the Blackest Night wave from McFarlane.
let me interrupt
and
you. Who is our guest again? Who do I need to invite?
Phil.
Phil. I'll do that now. Go carry on.
No, I was just saying. I got to tell you, I was really kind of disheartened by looking at those figures because the paint app on the faces wasn't very good. It wasn't up to Todd's standards. So I don't know. I think we've kind of hit the point where we're starting to see
Which Philip?
Jones.
Jones.
Okay. Well, we got 3.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think we've run the supply chain, so we're starting to get the post-COVID produced toys now. And I got to tell you, the quality wasn't as high as it has been, so I'm getting a little nervous from what we're going to start seeing from here forward. Because I don't know, maybe I hope I'm way off base, but it really bothered me to see those yesterday. and look at them and go, geez, I don't even know if I'm going to get this wave because that, we had that, we used to in the car and motorcycle world, we had the 20-footers, the 20-foot paint job. It looks great from 20 feet, but you get too close. Well, these figures are like 3-footers. They look good from 3 feet away, but if you get too close, it's just like, wow, who did that? Picasso?
Yeah,
I've
I've had girlfriends like that.
Well, yeah, those Confucius the Confucius girls, right? Girl that look good from far, look far from good.
The beer goggles. Okay, I
Yeah.
sent the invite, but if he's not my friend, so he may not see it. So whoever's got a contact, tell him to check his messages.
Yeah, I told him. Where did the heck did the time go?
It was all Shane.
Wasn't my fault.
Wow. Yeah,
Don't
but
blame
man,
me.
It was all your segment.
That was kind of a group segment.
We run over the whole time. We're about within our thing, but that Sky Striker was pretty exciting. So that took like
Yes.
40 something minutes. So that was pretty cool to watch all
yeah,
that.
but it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to send him the
Trying to find
link.
all the parts. I shot him a text and told him to check his messages.
I'm sending him the link now, so I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it.
Well,
You got a
yeah.
link, Phil. You got a link in your message from me from earlier. Just click on that, and Rick will let you in. So I'm kind of wait and see. I saw the Necron next to the Bane that I got today, and I got to let Mike know I got that too. Anyways, and the Necron looks so good that I may end up getting the other ones just to go with him. I just haven't decided yet. But yeah, some of the QC stuff is starting to worry me because I suspect from what we've been hearing, the Chinese are kind of, and the Vietnamese too, are dealing with this post-COVID work ethic issue that is bothersome, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, we'll see.
I was hoping maybe we'd see some classified figures parachute out of that balloon when it was flying over. Maybe they were
Yeah,
trying to get the supply chain caught up.
yeah.
Well, I did find out that it really wasn't even China. It was just a big. It's Alex Sonora's new way of advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one, really. Call me, Alabama. Okay. Well, I think Phil probably went to bed. He probably said, I'm done with it.
Well, we're not that.
Yeah. Yeah, we are that. Like I said, wow. We burned up 2 hours fast.
Well,
You want to
only been 100. It's only been a minute, and when we started, we were only 15 minutes over. So I mean, I can't even pick my nose in 15 minutes. So I don't know.
I don't know where the 2 hours went. I don't have any idea.
Me neither.
So
Maybe we should check with Phil and postpone till next week because we do have that 2
we
hour
got
thing. We're kind of there. He is. Hey
Oh,
Phil.
there he is.
Hey Phil. Can we do this next week? Seriously, we do kind of have a bit of a hard and fast 2 hour thing on our time. And I hate to do that to you, but could we do this next week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any, that's cool. I mean, whatever works best for everybody.
No, it's just a matter of not spending money, which almost always works best for most of us. So
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
yeah, and we, like I said, we had so much fun with that Sky Striker and these reveals. Man, the time just got away from us. You can hang out for the next 11 minutes if you want to. That'd be cool. But I don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Did you watch tonight?
No, I haven't. I was trying to get ready for this. So
Oh, okay. Hey Rick. Hey Rick. Can you call those? Let's get his opinion on just a quick his opinion on the reveals. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That way, at least we wouldn't have make him wait for nothing. Can you call those picks back up?
yeah, let me get them pulled back up.
Hey, I want to do this real quick while I got it, and you guys will have to come back later with a pen and paper. This is what that Shark News posted late this afternoon. We got Target Kong on February 19th the Walmart Collectors Con is March 16th and 17th. There's supposedly another G.I. Joe live stream event or Fan First. Then we get another Yo-Jo June. Target has a summer and fall geek out. Then we got Comic-Con in San Diego, Hasbro's 1027 event, and then another PulseCon at the end of the year. So we got a lot of stuff coming up for more reveals and pre-orders. So
Yeah.
just keep it in mind.
Well, like
Okay.
we pulled up a while ago, we got a whole bunch of them that we ain't seen renders of. We just so we could be seeing those renders later, and
Right.
they could throw us a bone every now and then, but finally seeing their version of Tunnel Rat, their version of
Right.
Hawk. I mean that'd be good too. So
Okay, Phil, give us a 1 to 10 on these pictures.
Let's see. Which one is this? This is
Scrap iron.
scrap iron. Okay. Like what you want to know what my rating is, or
Yeah.
I'd give it at least an 8. I mean, it
Yeah.
looks pretty cool. I vaguely remember him from the show and everything.
Cool.
But yeah, it looks like does he come with that? What is that? Like a
So-
bomb removal?
rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher.
Oh, okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice accessories that come with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Give me the next
I saw the pictures for these. I saw all these right here.
Yeah.
And I was looking at them, and I was, they're really, these have come a long way since the 3 3/4.
one. Yeah.
Did you collect the 4-inch, Phil?
No, I haven't collected GI Joe in a long time. I've just got a few figures, and I know about the show, and I watched the cartoon, and that's usually where most of my knowledge comes from. Is
Right.
from the
What do you-
cartoon,
What do you collect?
and mostly Star Wars stuff.
Star Wars?
Yeah, mostly Star Wars. I got a lot of black. I got a lot of Black Series, and I want to get back into vintage stuff because
Did you see
I
the
never had
reveals
any of
for
it.
the Black Series?
Do I now?
Did you see the reveals for the Black Series?
No, probably not.
I meant to throw them up tonight too, but I couldn't find them when I got ready because they revealed some characters that people have been waiting for a long time in 6-inch scales. So
Oh yeah,
Oh.
they're gonna do Aunt Beru and Owen.
yeah, they come in a 2-pack, but it's really just like 2 burnt skeletons. It's
Right.
yeah.
Two burned skeletons and a glass of blue milk. There
They,
you go.
they come with they come in a 2-pack, and you can get the original or the variant, the extra crispy.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right.
They ought to make it. They ought to make it where you can just peel their bodies off and make them small.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yep, that'll be fun for the
that
kids.
would be the action feature.
Rip the skeleton out of them.
Yeah.
well, they don't. The Black Series is funny because we've only got 1 or 2 versions of Anakin in all these years, and he's in what 90% of all the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, it was about him before this last
Well,
last sequel set.
They need to do a 6-inch young Anakin, like when he was a kid, when he was still a slave.
Yeah,
and everything.
When he
and,
was when he was Annie. Yeah,
when he was Annie. Yeah.
That's why
They need to do a 2-pack. They need to do a 2-pack with Annie and Watto together.
That
Oh,
would be
that would
awesome.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Or even Shmi. I mean, you
Oh
can do a
yeah,
Shmi
yeah,
two-pack.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
But yeah, there's lots of different. I mean, there's so many characters that they haven't done yet, like you're saying, and I mean, they keep doing these obscure ones. And I mean, did we really need Tika the Jawa from Obi-Wan, or some of these?
They had the body sculpt already, so
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's just
And add a name to it.
get more of our money.
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually
That way-
I got him on clearance at Target, so I only paid like $7 for him.
There you go.
Yeah, I play the long game with the Black Series because most of them, if I don't get, I don't really care, But yeah, there's a few. I mean, I've got an army.
I'm getting to that point where I don't have to have everyone, but like I said, I'd like to get back and focus on the vintage stuff because that's what I remember growing up with, and that's what I have more more interest in. But it was going to cost a lot more to do that. But I'm just Star Wars pretty much all the way through, so I'll probably get
That's
whatever
cool.
I can get my hands on.
Right.
I'll tell you, if you're looking for vintage Star Wars, hit these like picker places,
Yeah.
antique
Yeah.
stores, and you can find them like crazy, really cheap.
There's a store on Broad Street in Gadsden. It's like a sports card antique store, and these people have some vintage stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I would much rather buy from them than to get it off eBay or something like
Oh, yeah.
that because you're helping them out, but they're
Right.
also helping you out.
And
I
you
actually
can
bought a
talk to them
vintage.
about-
I bought a vintage Luke, and he still had his lightsaber was intact. I got it for like
Nice.
$50.
Wow.
So that was
all them places you can talk to them, and they'll work with you a lot on the prices also.
Right.
Oh yeah. I was working at a deal to get a small head Han Solo, and I think he had like $40, and I think he was willing to let me have it for 30. So
Nice.
stuff like that. But yeah, I'd much rather buy from somebody that a collector or a fellow or a mom and pop store, that kind of thing.
I recently just traded off 24 Star Wars figures for a Night Raven.
Oh yeah, okay,
Wow.
It's a total nostalgia, by the way.
yeah,
Yep.
okay, yeah. I noticed they got some. I saw the pictures that John shared up there of some of the stuff they got in.
Yeah.
And John, did you get the Thunder Machine from them?
I did, yeah.
Okay, that's
You don't
I
got
want
the
one of
steering
those. I want to get one of those.
Yeah, I didn't realize it didn't have the steering wheel, but still, I still got it at a good deal. So
Oh, yeah. I'm over so.
That
it
thing's
looked
immaculate.
like a brand new one though. That's
Yeah,
what
How
that
they
thing's
gonna-
mint.
How are they going to drive it if they ain't got no steering wheel?
They have the Fred
he'll figure
Flintstone.
out a way.
Yeah, that's right.
He'll be Flintstoning
Hey,
it.
if I remember the way Thrasher drove, you couldn't tell he had a steering wheel even back then.
No.
It's more like pretty much a skid steer.
He probably had a beer in one hand and a cigar in the other, or something like
Yeah.
that.
He was-
driving
he
with
was
his feet.
Top, was it not?
Steering with both feet and one of the
Yeah, there
doors
you
open.
go.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very possible.
I tell you what, the second my father talked to my brothers and me about how he and his brother used to go down the road and steer the car with the doors. Oh, that boy used to do that a lot. After that, you can steer a car. You get two guys that get good coordinated. You can steer a car and do some pretty cool things by opening and closing the door.
I got a few
Used to have
pieces.
some pretty bad suspension for that.
I got a few pieces I could probably hook you up with too.
Oh,
Okay.
there's some stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they're the '90s stuff, and they were
Yeah,
everywhere.
Power of the Force stuff.
Oh yeah. I had a bunch of that, and I got rid of a bunch of it, and it's I hated that job. That Jabba. I don't like that Jabba. That's one of the worst Jabbas they made.
Oh, that was a bad one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the peach colored. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But I got Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Yeah,
Jar Jar.
gotta have Jar Jar. Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Jar.
I actually have the Black Series Jar Jar. I have him.
Oh yeah, I had to have it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a really good figure. I mean, he's got the little shield with him and everything. That's a really good. They gave him good accessories. Did they need to make it a deluxe one? No, not really. But
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
did.
that's
So.
what hurt it because they were on clearance everywhere around here.
Oh yeah, because deluxe ones are running what $30, $40.
Mhm.
I got him at Ross for $7.
Yeah, nobody wanted to.
Hey.
do it.
I'm telling you, I started seeing people share pictures of clone troopers at Ross for like $6.
Yeah.
And so I had my wife go to Ross up here in Gadsden to see if she could find one. And we went to Oxford. There's one down in Oxford, and I actually shared a picture on the group page. It was an AIM scientist or soldier or something like that. And one of Dave's the Hammond series Velociraptors they had down there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was like $5 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was
Yeah, they had
surprised
figures.
that Ross of all places would have those kind of figures.
Yeah, it's
Well,
funny. How it works.
I get some good deals at Ross.
Oh yeah.
I guess
remember that.
That's the place where things go when nobody wants them anymore.
Yeah,
It's like
remember
Florida for toys.
Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's like Florida for toys. That's right.
Yeah.
Going south for the winter.
You remember, what was it in 2008? They after they had about 20 or 25 of the 25th anniversary figures out, they done a voting for the 10 best and called them the Hall of Heroes. They come in a collector's
Oh, yeah.
pack.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw them in the stores nowhere, but TJ Maxx got them for like $5 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never was able to find all of them. I found about 6 of the 10, I think, at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's another store. Yeah, I always check the toys when I go to when I go with my wife to go to TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I always check the toys. That's usually where I go first.
I got a lot of the Rise of Cobra stuff at TJ Maxx for practically nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I finally found it, so I just had to share since John was showing off. But I do have a vintage.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
But
you
my
go.
shoe,
Looks like a new one.
my shooting stuff's been gone a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, no, I got a picture of it somewhere, and I got one of a couple of the others too that I don't remember which year they were and stuff. But yeah, but I've got some Star Wars like from the '90s and stuff. If there's any of it that you want or that you're looking for, give me a holler because I did some trading lot for lot back in the time stuff, and I've just got stuff in storage that I ain't seen in probably 15 years, 20 maybe. So
Yeah, I got there's one of the guys I work with at the dealership. He's a big collector, and he's got like his whole garage and basement's full of stuff, and he has nowhere to put any of it.
No, that's too bad.
He can't enjoy it because he doesn't have anywhere to put it. So.
Right.
yeah,
I don't want to get to that point. I want, I'm in my game room right now, and it's I think it's a 12 by 32, foot building. And, I've just started I found white bookshelves at Target for like $37.
Right.
And I bought like 4 of those things because, I can't afford Detolf. So this is the next best thing, so I'm slowly opening, what figures I do have. I'd like to get into making videos and putting them on YouTube and kind of doing my own review type thing,
Right.
showing different videos, but like, seems like everybody's doing that. And I don't really want to, I don't want to ride on somebody's coattails,
Yeah.
because
Well,
that's what everybody's doing.
Coming up with something unique would be pretty difficult at this point because.
Oh yeah, because everybody's doing. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody does it. And it's hard to find something. You have to have a gimmick just about to
Right.
try to, start getting an audience.
I think what we're doing here is a lot different.
Shane's our gimmick.
There you go.
Indiana Shane.
What do you
Well,
think, guys?
He founded the group, so I mean, he's
Yeah.
the,
Yeah,
he's the OG.
that's all right. What do you think, guys? We're going to hang it up for this week. We're at 2:03, so wow, I can't
Yeah.
believe where that 2 hours flew by tonight.
You did.
We're doing a kids show next week, right?
We're going to try if we can get
Yeah.
if we can pick up a couple other kids. I'm going to start. I'll be working on it as best I can, but we had.
Just don't use a van and put free candy on the side.
Oh no, we don't do that.
or
We won't
free
be doing
GI
any-
Joes.
Yeah,
Free,
right.
free toys. Don't do that. Yeah.
You ain't
Don't
gonna
go
try.
around doing that.
No. We'll see if we can pick up another couple kids. I hope we can.
The rest
Just
got
my
enough
grand-
bands in this picture.
And
My
I had
grandson
forgotten.
was a little older and could talk a little clearer. I'd put him on.
Yeah. No.
All right,
he's-
gentlemen.
Yep.
Yeah,
just hanging up.
we
Thanks, everybody. Great job.
Have a
And
good
Thanks
one.
for
we'll, we'll do
Yeah,
a
take
regular
care.
with you next week. So,
All right. No
okay,
problem.
buddy. Thank you.
All right.